Good morning, everyone. Good morning and welcome to the First Universalist Church of Yarmouth. I'm Sarah Whitty. I'm the president of the board here at First Universalist, and I'm so happy to be greeting you today. At First Universalist, our mission is to explore our faith, embrace this community, and to engage the world as spiritual seekers. May we take these words to heart. Following our service today, all are invited for coffee, tea, and fellowship downstairs in our gathering room. Just please keep your mask on when you're not sipping your coffee and respect the needs of others at this time. Before we begin our service, I have a few announcements. So buckle up. Today we are joined by Tracy Jassis Hardell, our friend, Main Street neighbor, and a beautiful violinist in every way. Welcome back, Tracy. I hope this is a wonderful way to be here on your birthday. Woohoo! Because our musical offerings today will be a time of contemplative appreciation, please turn off your cell phone. Thanks. And next announcement, next Sunday is Easter. Our staff and lay leaders are planning a joyful service to mark the holiday, and they invite everyone to participate in making next Sunday meaningful. Here are some ways you can be a part of that. Bring a potted flower, like lilies, or other things like that to decorate the sanctuary. Lilies, tulips, daffodils. Bring goodies, sweet or savory, for coffee hour, little things that can be picked up, not scooped. Bring canned goods for our Easter can hunt. Get it? Easter can hunt. Following the hunt, all of the goods will be donated to the People's Pantry, which is in great need of canned beans, hearty soups, jam, coffee, and toiletries right now. You can drop any of these things off, flowers, goodies, canned goods, throughout the week or before the service begins next Easter Sunday. Thank you. And last, our annual campaign. Every winter and spring, we look ahead to see what our income and expenses will be for the next year. Starts in July, ends in June. And we draft a budget to make ends meet. Our goal for commitments this year from the congregation was $160,000. How are things going? The good news is that we have gathered just over $156,000. Wow, I know my heart beats as I say that. That's a beautiful thing. I mean, amazing. 156, 160. See how close we are? We ask, what will we do if we don't make the whole 160 from members and friends for this balanced budget? Well, new pledges and commitments are always welcome. Increased pledges are always welcome, but if there is a gap after all our pledges are in, we will create some super fun, easy, accessible, probably yummy mini fundraisers for internal fundraising. We will price these events in a way that makes them accessible to everyone. But the main farm suppers will continue to be 100% for joy and justice, 100% of the proceeds going to our social justice partners, like the New Manor Garden Project in Brunswick. So stay tuned for more details on the proposed budget in the next few weeks. There'll be opportunities to look at it and talk about it before our annual meeting in June, which is when we always approve it. I'd just like to take one more moment to thank everyone for the friendliness and the generosity that blesses First Universalist. Thank you to the Stewardship Committee, especially Marge and Debbie Starkle, for their crystal clear monthly reports and for such a thoughtful draft budget. Thanks to the board for caring so deeply about the way we co-create church. Thanks to Reverend Hillary and Gwen and everyone who works here for helping us to be our best UU selves and for tending our resources with so much respect. We take care of each other, we deepen our faith, and we're able to share what we have with the wider world. The love is so strong. Those are our announcements. So I invite you to now take a deep breath with me as we settle into our time together. And Reverend Hillary will lead us into our worship.
Thank you, Sarah. Good morning. How are you? Great, yes, good. It is a beautiful spring day out there, is it not? How about this bizarre springy weather we've been having? It's been raining and then the sun's coming out. We had hail in Brunswick for a second yesterday. It's all the things. Feels very alive. I like it. You guys like it? Spring? Yes, good. My name is Hillary Collins-Gilpatrick. I'm the minister here at First Universalist in Yarmouth, Maine. And it is with melodious joy that I say, whoever you are, wherever you are from, whomever you love, whatever it is you have done, whether you like to listen to Beethoven or Black Sabbath, whether you like to listen to Simon and Garfunkel or The Sound of Silence, you are welcome here this morning, and we are so glad you're here. Friends, today, the second Sunday of April, our month of awakening, we offer you a service of musical awakenings. This morning, our music director, Sam Chandler, is joined by guest musician, Tracy S.S. Hardell. Thank you so much for being here, Tracy. And later in the service, these two will perform Arvo Part's Spiegel im Spiegel, a longer minimalist piece of music written for piano and violin. This performance will serve as a musical homily today, guiding us as we awaken to the melodious words and messages of instruments and the sensations that naturally arise within us when we listen to music. Let this act of listening this morning be a spiritual practice for us. The Reverend Scott Alexander, the former minister of the UU Church all the way up in Holton, Maine, describes spiritual practice as any intentional activity that serves to deepen the quality and content with your relationship with the miracle of life. Spiritual practice, again, any intentional activity that significantly deepens the quality and content of your relationship with the miracle of life. Today, my friends, in the midst of our world of words and images, of news and emails, docs and tweets, of selfies and screens and posts and stories, of verbose intellectualizing, of arguing and explaining, let's pause and engage in the spiritual practice of simply listening. May this practice serve to deepen the quality and content of our relationship to this beautiful, strange miracle that is our life. I changed my mind a little too late in the week to edit our order of worship this morning, but the reading I offer as our opening words are different than what's printed on that sheet in your hand. I share an excerpt this morning from the 26th section of Song of Myself by our dear old transcendentalist poet friend, Walt Whitman. He begins, "Now I will do nothing but listen, to accrue what I hear into this song, to let all sounds contribute towards it. I hear bravaras of birds, the bustle of growing wheat, gossip of flames, clack of sticks cooking my meals. I hear the sound I love, the sound of the human voice. I hear all sounds running together, combined, fused, or following. Sounds of the city and sounds out of the city, sounds of the day and night, talkative young ones to those that like them, the angry bass of disjointed friendship, the faint tones of the sick, the ring of alarm bells, the cry of fire, the whir of soft streaking engines. I hear the violoncello. I hear the keyed cornet, it glides quickly on my ears. I hear the chorus. Ah, this indeed is music. This suits me. The orchestra whirls me wider than Uranus flies. It wrenches such ardors from me, I didn't know I possessed them. And then, up again, the puzzle of puzzles. This, what we call being. Good morning, my friends. I invite you to awaken your listening senses now as Sam and Tracy play us into our time of worship.
Please join in our unison affirmation, which is printed in your order of worship. We are united in seeking to increase love with justice and to constitute a free church, open to all people. Mindful of our past and drawing upon modern knowledge, we respond to the spiritual needs of persons and are devoted to the common good in community, nation, and world. We cherish the integrity of each individual and search for truth with reason as our guide. We respect differences of opinion and strive to be a democratic community. We are concerned with this world and open to the future. And now I'll light our chalice, symbol of our Unitarian faith and fellowship and friendship. Would any children who would like to join me come up? I will give you guys a chance to blow the candle out, the match out. Forrest is up for it. And John. Ready? Say the words together.
morning, Mac.
Good morning, Hillary.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Is the mic working? There we go.
So, it was raining at random times yesterday, and it was sunny at random times.
It was pretty wild.
Do you guys know that thing about April showers, that they like bring something? What do they bring? Mayflowers? They bring April showers bring Mayflowers. Have you heard that before?
I think I've heard it before. I needed a bit of a refresher, thank you.
Mac, do you like flowers?
I love flowers.
What's your favorite flower?
My favorite flower is a forget-me-not. They're little blue flowers. Do you guys know those ones?
Yeah.
I love them. What about you? What's your
Oh,
favorite?
I like daffodils, I like sunflowers, I like lilacs, I like peony, I like brown-eyed Suze.
They're amazing.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
not many flowers I don't like.
So, if April showers bring May flowers, and we really like flowers,
Well, do you like rain?
I mean, it's like,
I
yeah,
like rain.
you like rain?
I love rain.
Did you know that sometimes you can make it rain inside?
I don't think you can make it rain inside.
You can. You'll find out quickly, Mac, that us UUs, we believe in some wild stuff.
Okay, how are we gonna make it rain inside?
We make it rain.
We make it rain.
Yeah.
How so?
Well, can anyone snap their fingers? Oh, that kind of sounds like raindrops.
It kinda does.
Kind of sounds like raindrops. What about, can people do that? Oh, that sounds like raindrops. Raindrops against the roof or the windows.
Sounds heavy.
It does. What about? Oh, that sounds kind of like the hailstorm we had yesterday. That's a little intense. Yeah. Oh, what about?
Like some wind or light rain?
Oh yeah, showers. That's some real April showers right there. That's nice.
April showers.
Yeah. So we're kind of making a rainstorm.
We're making
inside.
a rainstorm.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So maybe we could like make a concerted effort right now to make a rainstorm inside to help with the Mayflowers.
Oh yeah, I want some flowers.
Okay, so how do you think we might do this, Mac? Do you think we might start by rubbing our hands together?
Yeah, let's start by that. While you're doing that, how does that feel? Make yourself into a raindrop. And whenever you're ready, depending on how your raindrop mood is, maybe you want to start a little stomping or a little clicking.
Maybe a little snapping.
Maybe a little drumming. Your choice. Close your eyes. Can you hear the rain? Okay, it's coming down now. And the sun is starting to rise.
So maybe the stomping.
Just a drizzle. Just like yesterday, it's coming back.
Oh,
Whoa, rainstorm! Close your eyes, do you feel the rainstorm? We're nice and warm inside, I'm glad.
oh, I think it's lightening up a little bit. Oh, yeah, just a little kind of misty. Got a little misty out there. Oh, I think the sun's coming out.
The sun is coming out. It's starting to dry.
Ah,
Wow, guys, that was awesome! We
definitely.
had our own little rainstorm and we weren't cold or wet at all.
That's
which
great.
I like.
No puddles. Well, thanks, Mac. That
Of
was really fun.
course.
Thanks, everybody.
Yes, and any kiddos, let's do our children's blessing. You can then come downstairs with me and we're going to do some more fun stuff, okay? We are Unitarian Universalists, people of open minds, loving hearts, and helping hands. Thank you so much for being the rainstorm.
Hi, I'm Sarah Whitty. I just feel moved to light a candle of gratitude for life partners. And I think I have a lot of them. So lucky, but I want to hold two in my heart and in the light today. The first is my husband, Drew, who's a fantastic life partner and with whom I have made some tricky decisions in recent days, and we feel so close and so trusting of each other, so that's an incredible thing. The other is my sister, Lizzie, with whom I take care of my dad. And it doesn't get easier, right? But we know we have each other, and that is a huge, huge blessing.
Hi, my name's Pete Zitcomb, and Marge and I just had a wonderful time. 3 joyful days and nights with 2 granddaughters. Couldn't have been nicer.
I just want to light a candle of both joy and concern, sadness, of going to a wonderful concert last night at One Longfellow, which was a fundraiser for the people of Ukraine. And it was just amazing, the people that showed up for that. And also a candle of sorrow and concern for Ukraine. It's not seeming to get any better, but
I have a candle from Samantha. Would like to light a candle of joy for her hamster, Thor, who passed away earlier this week. He is now cancer-free and will be missed. And he is much loved. I have a candle of remembrance from Marie. Friday was the day marking 6 years after the tragic death of her friend and neighbor, Myron Samuels. We miss him dearly.
Friends, won't you join me in pausing again to take a breath and as we hold and reflect upon these joys and sorrows, feelings, experiences, on the events of the world, I invite you to join me in a prayer of loving kindness, of metta, a prayer meant to surface our limitless compassion that does exist in all of us. If you like, you can repeat these lines after me out loud, lifting our voices in a chorus of loving kindness. You may also prefer to say them silently to yourself, or once again, engage in the spiritual practice of listening through this prayer. We'll recite the prayer 3 times, first for ourselves, next for others, and finally, for everyone. Won't you join me in taking a refreshing breath in, a calming breath out, and reciting this prayer of loving kindness after me. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I live in safety. May I know peace. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live in safety. May you know peace. May we be happy. May we be healthy. May we live in safety. May we know peace. Thank you. Let it be so, and amen.
Honoring our seventh principle, this week's half-plate recipient is Maine Youth for Climate Justice, a coalition of over 400 youth from across the state of Maine who fight for bold climate action, a just transition, and a livable future in Maine. MYCJ hosts rallies, works with local governments, presents climate change and youth activism programs at Maine schools, and much more. On April 13th, Maine Youth for Climate Justice will hold a Youth Day of Action at the State House in Augusta. There's more information in channels. Let us show our support and gratitude for their necessary call to action. Your generosity is gratefully received. For those in the sanctuary this morning, we will once again be passing the offering plate to one another. And for those who are joined online, you are invited to make your offering using the donate button in your order of worship. By clicking this link, you will be taken to Give Butter, which is a virtual giving site that accepts a card number, PayPal, or Venmo account. You can also make an offering by dropping a check in the mail or using your bank's free online bill pay feature. Thank you for your generosity and your compassion. Thank you.
try humming again.
Nice. That's kind of calming and soothing, the vibration of the humming. Was anyone else feeling that? That was nice. All right. Friends, today many in the Christian faith, a faith whose roots are our own, celebrate Palm Sunday, the holy day that marks the beginning of Holy Week. On Palm Sunday, Jesus emerges from the wilderness, a period of time marked by the season of Lent, and enters Jerusalem, riding a donkey as adoring crowds wave palm fronds, celebrating his arrival. In the sacred stories of the Gospels, it's written that days after this entrance to Jerusalem, Jesus is arrested and sentenced to death by crucifixion. Miraculously, though, the Bible reads, he rises from the dead 3 days later on Easter, which is celebrated next Sunday. As many Christians recognize Easter as the holiest day of the year, the week ahead, Holy Week, is a time of somber reflection, prayer, and spiritual practice and preparation for the miraculous day of new life, of resurrection. This year, the Christian Holy Week falls within the Muslim holy month of Ramadan, a 30-day period from crescent moon phase to crescent moon phase of fasting, study, and prayer. The month of Ramadan symbolizes the period of time when the Prophet Muhammad received the initial revelations, the first words of the Holy Quran from Allah, from God. Honoring Ramadan each year involves fasting from sunrise to sunset and devoting oneself as fully as possible to prayer and the study of the Quran. And observing Ramadan is one of the 5 pillars of the Islamic faith and understood to be a necessary period of strengthening one's spiritual discipline and resolve. On Friday evening of this holy week and this holy month, friends in the Jewish faith will begin the observance of Passover, a holy period of 8 days that celebrate the Exodus, the freedom of the Israelites from slavery in Egypt. Those of the Jewish faith observe Passover by hosting a Seder, a ritual meal in which the story of Exodus is retold, prayers are said and sung, and unleavened and symbolic foods are eaten. I uplift these holy days and weeks not to compare them or leave you with the notion that they all can be blended together. They cannot. They stand on their own and each hold profound purpose and important meaning for the millions of people who observe them. Perhaps you are one of those people, and thus you know what an important and sacred time this is. Rather, I offer the reminder of this holy time first because it's important to know that we are in the midst of a really holy time right now, a really holy time of year for millions of people right now, people struggling with war, with sickness, with sorrow right now, and people seeking and offering love, beauty, and joy right now. Acting with peace and friendship as we strive to do here at First U requires honoring these holy, important experiences of others, awakening to an awareness of what's good, true, and deeply felt by those around us with whom we share space and life. I also remind you of this holy time because Whenever the holy days of the major religions gather together and overlap, often during seasonal changes, the solstices, the equinoxes, I can't help but feel that these holy periods of time must really be holy, must really be a sacred time, must really be a natural time to touch in, to root down, to reflect, pray, feel, study, and listen. Let it be known that along with Passover, Easter, and Ramadan, these initial months of spring also encompass Holi, the colorful Hindu festival of spring and love, and Wesak, the Buddha's birthday. The world religions we adhere to today are all faiths that were built on the practices and holy days of cultures that came before them, and cultures that came before them, and cultures that came before them. This time, this holy time, has been a holy time for a long time, because for whatever reason, it's felt like an important time, a sacred time, a time that inspires awakening. It's felt this way for a long time. I mean, I can feel it. With that sunlight, with those bird songs, with those crocus, with you, with this music. Tell me this is not an important and sacred time. Friends, in a moment, I promise I'm going to quit it with all the words and intellectual processing and turn it over to Sam and Tracy, who will graciously offer us the opportunity to awaken our senses, to touch in, root down, feel, and listen. As we shift our minds towards this state of being, I invite you to take this opportunity, this musical opportunity, to allow yourself to be fully present to this sacred vernal time of year, this time of awakening. Let the moments of awakening that this morning offers be a stepping off point for you to follow, to touch, to hold, as we go into this holy week, these holy days, these holy moments ahead, this holy life, this holy miracle of life we share. Sam, Tracy, I turn it to you.
So I'm going to offer a bit of an introduction to this piece. It's called Spiegel im Spiegel by Arvo Pärt, composed in 1978. Spiegel im Spiegel in German translates to mirrors in mirrors, or mirrors within mirrors. And this piece utilizes a lot of Arvo Pärt's sort of signature minimalist techniques. You can hear three-note triads, musical triads that repeat throughout the entire piece. You can also hear something he called the tintinnabuli, which translates to bells or bell-like sounds. And you'll hear, again, in the piano, these sort of singular notes that just sort of rise up out of the piece. Arvo Pärt himself is an Estonian composer. He initially got started writing, he was really into 12-tone music, which is kind of specifically a Western technique that uses, you're not allowed to repeat any notes until you've gone through all 12 pitches. And the Soviets didn't like that because it was very Western, and they were trying to discourage that. He got in a lot of trouble for writing like that. After a little bit, he sort of transitioned into this new style of composition, this minimalist style, and he ended up falling in love with it. The radical simplicity of it, the idea that you can do more with less. I have a quote from him from an interview. He says, "How can one fill the time with notes worthy of the preceding silence?" And another one, he says, "I cannot say in 1,000 sentences what I can say in a few notes." And so In a second, we're going to perform this piece. And I hope you can hear this, how the simplicity of what he writes actually draws out all of the inner complexity and the depth of even just a few notes. So we're going to play Spiegel im Spiegel.
Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Sam. Thank you all for joining us this morning. I hope you feel awoken to some new sensations that you'd missed before. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Mac. Thank you, Jennifer, Pete, Charlie. As we come to the end of our service, I want to invite you all to join us outside for a singing of Across the Universe by the Beatles. We'll have lyrics to hand out to you out there if you don't know it by heart. And after that, you're more than welcome to join us for a cup of coffee downstairs. Before we head out into this bright day, won't you join me in a closing time of prayer? May all beings be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings experience profound joy and the causes of profound joy. May we all listen. May we all feel. May we all sense. May we all be awake. Won't you join me, lifting your voice with mine in the words of our unison benediction? I need to go grab the words. I still don't have them memorized. For those who come here seeking God, may God go with you. For those who come embracing life, may life return your affection. For those who come to seek a path, may a way be found and the courage to take it step by step. Won't you join us outside, my friends?